What is going on, everyone? Are you like me? Do you like free stuff? Most people do. Everyone likes a free meal. Most people cherish a free beer. In the 1960s, if you were lucky, you scored some free love. With that one, normally you had to score some free penicillin not long after, but still, it was a good time while it lasted. I once scored a free massage. This was the best massage ever. I've been married to that massage giver for 25 years now. Coincidentally, I haven't had a quality massage from her in 24 years. Probably the king of all freebies is free land. The United States government gave away free land back in the late 1800s with events like the Oklahoma land race. Basically, people would register for the event. The participants would meet at a starting line in the middle of the prairie. At a certain time, they would fire a gun and people would race on horseback into the prairie where the government had set up claims of no less than a couple acres. Whoever grabbed the flag on that claim, the land was theirs. Free land. There's a lot more that goes into that one, but that's it in a nutshell. It's very interesting. You should read about it. Oklahoma land races. There's a couple other events that happened over around that time, but it was really interesting. For all the history nerds out there, I just broad brushed it, okay? Did you know there are state and local governments that will give you free land to this day? Really? Sure, there's always a reason it's free, like it's out in the sticks or something like that, but some people don't mind that and are happy to take the free land. For those of you, I give you... Number 10, Plainville, Kansas. Now, these are in no particular order. You're looking for free land, so they're all going to be about the same. But Plainville has a population of about 2,000 people. They have lots that are 150 feet wide and 93 feet deep. I did read that they only have one lot available, and because of the magic of free long-distance calling, all cell phones have now. For you young kids, that wasn't always a thing. But I was told that once someone takes the available lot, they offer another, sort of a way to build up demand, I guess. They also have an airport, or at least they call it an airport. Most people call it a field somebody smoothed out. Any flights heading to the Plainville airport have the chance of being delayed. The pilots normally have a crop dusting side hustle. They do require all homes be on a foundation. That one I find kind of strange. I mean, it is Kansas, and the mobile home is sort of a tradition in the Jayhawk state. They also require a $500 deposit to hold the property, but it will be refunded once the land is deeded over. Your home must be completed within 18 months or they won't deed you the land. It's up to you. You know, got to get it done in 18 months. Year and a half should be enough time to put a manufactured home on this lot, right? Number 9, Anderson, Alaska. About an hour and a half drive from Fairbanks is the small town of Anderson, Alaska. If you want to escape the rat race, I found the place for you. Anderson only has traffic when Sir Elton John is in town. The population is 301 if Elton's in town. If you never want to sit in traffic again, Anderson, Alaska is for you. Now, I'm not saying the place is remote, but they don't have a gas station or a streetlight. And if you want any big city items like groceries, you have that hour and a half drive to Fairbanks. But you got free land coming to you if you show up. You get free homestead land by applying and a $500 deposit, which, again, like a lot of these places, is refunded when the building is complete. I couldn't nail down how much time you have to build it, but I'm sure they have a time limit. And for all of you who didn't pause the video to do some Googling, Elton John doesn't live here. I'm sure if he did live in Anderson, Alaska, there'd be some news report on some newspaper that started off with WTF, Sir Elton, something like that. I just like to keep people on their toes. Number 8, Elwood, Nebraska. Elwood, Nebraska is a small village that is offering free lots of land to build a home on. At least 6 homes have already been built on lots that are about 110 by 150 feet. They have 9 left, and that's as of October 2019. They require a minimum home size of 1,400 square feet with a 2-car garage. Not sure why the 2-car garage is required. Was that like some sticking point? Maybe it's a cross promotion with a car company. What was that marketing meeting like? Okay, sales are down. How do we get people to buy more cars? Make better cars? No, that's too hard. Make better looking cars? No, we tried that with the Pontiac Aztek. Didn't sell. We could have towns force people to have 2-car garages? Hold on a second. I think you may be onto something, but what town is dumb enough to do it? My cousin's ex-wife is from Elwood, Nebraska. Genius. This town is so boring. If someone has a garage sale, people can't stop talking about it for 3 weeks. But hey, you get free land. Number 7, Claremont, Minnesota. Claremont is offering free land to just about anyone that would be considered middle class. Get your free land, you have to meet a few requirements. You need a gross income of less than $84,200 for a family of 2. That's per year, obviously. You can get into their free land homestead program if you like I said, meet the middle class and below standard, and you're prepared for a few other things. People are really polite. It's very, very cold. And they used to have a bar, and now they just have a soda machine, like in this picture. You might also not get your mail. The post office had to suspend service back in February because too much snow had screwed up the roof. It was a safety issue now. They probably fixed it, but I'm sure it's going to happen again. These people get a lot of snow. Number 6, Flagler, Colorado. Now, this is the first one for businesses. They have a lot of people that need jobs. 110 miles east of Denver is where you find Flagler, Colorado. This is the part of Colorado without the Rockies, so don't move here expecting some mountain views. You will be sadly disappointed. It looks a lot like Kansas here. 480 free acres for a business to set up shop. That's what you could potentially have here. The amount of land you can receive will depend on the number of jobs the business will create for this small town of approximately 650 people. They have a Subway, a liquor store, and a Cadillac on a stick place, I guess. They also have internet, so I would think it would be a great place to set up an online company, maybe a factoring company, data room, medical coding, something like that. So if you want to give your company a leg up, maybe Flagler's the place for you. You just gotta watch out. It looks awfully boring here. Number 5, Muskegon, Michigan. Now, this one I have been to a couple times. The last time was in 2016, and when I found out that they were at the point of trying to coax businesses into Muskegon, I thought it was a mistake. What I learned is they're not in half as bad a shape as other places on this list. I think more than anything, they're trying to make moves to make sure they aren't like some of the places on this list in the future. The city of Muskegon, Michigan is offering free industrial park property for businesses to come in and operate. They are open to offering tax incentive, reduced water and electricity rates, among other benefits. Muskegon is a beautiful city, unlike a lot of other cities in the Wolverine state. I asked one of my Instagram followers, who I knew is from Muskegon, if there was anything wrong with the city that I was missing. I think he lives in Seattle now. Anyway, he's about 25 or so, and his response was, "Yeah, all the females are old." I said, "What do you mean by that?" I thought it was kind of funny. He said, "It's like they all move out when they're 18 and don't come back till they're like 30. You know, old." I said, "Dude, I'm 50. He said, "But dude, you're like really childish, like an uncle that buys you beer in high school." Apparently I'm Uncle Ricky now. Number 4, Buffalo, New York. As part of the Buffalo, New York's urban homestead program, they are offering land for $1. And in my opinion, that dollar may be a little steep. Buffalo was a really nice city for a lot of years. It took a serious turn for the worse some years back. The program offers a variety of options of land, some of which already have homes built on it. The thing is, you have to bring them up to code. The first thing you'd have to do is probably spackle all the bullet holes, then remove the blood-stained carpet. Then you would probably have to repair the bars on the windows. You might be up to code then, but then of course you gotta go out back and chase the operators of the Breaking Bad lab out of your garage. Luckily, the lab isn't that big because it's a one-car garage. They didn't get bought out by that whole corporate America thing. Number 3, Marquette, Kansas. Marquette is a diamond in the rough. This is a decent town of 641 residents. They have an extremely low cost of living. They offer a great school system and safety. Not a lot of crime goes on down here. It's like it has so few people. It's like one of those places if someone bumps into someone's car and decides to drive off and not leave a note, you've got a crime spree. This is a cute little town that I wouldn't mind visiting. I love the small town Main Street they got going on here, and I'm not sure what's going on with this little gas station, but I really like it. They require you to fill out a land application. It's also required if you're accepted into the free land program that you begin building within 120 days. So you got like 4 months. Not that hard. Your home must be completed within 1 year from the date of signing the land agreement. You are also required to live in the home for 1 year. There are certain specifications that your home must meet in order to qualify, but it's free land in a quiet, small Kansas town. Again, if you're one of those people that could work from home, like pretty much I can, this is a perfect place to live. Number 2, La Villa, Texas. Now, here's a good one. La Villa, Texas, or La Villa if you're from the East Coast. It isn't an hour's drive from everything like most of the entries on this list. This quiet little town is situated in the southern part of Texas, about 30 minutes from McAllen. McAllen's a decent-sized city. It's offering around 100 plots of land for residential development. Land is given for free, however, you need to pay the property taxes. They also put a 5-year lien on the lot. Should you sell the property within that period, you owe the local government a certain amount of money, and it's usually the equivalent to the value of the property. Basically, they want residents, not developers. La Villa has certain income requirements to get that land, so you might want to check with them to see what those are. I really couldn't nail it down. I saw 3 or 4 different things. But the good news is you're right down the road from 2 really good taco places in Elsa, Texas. Taqueria Zamora and Taqueria Don Juan. They're like right across the street from each other, and it's some of the best tacos I've ever had. Phenomenal tacos there. I'm gonna make a list on the best taco places I've ever visited. And number 1, Camden, Maine. This one is my favorite. I think Maine is one of the best states in the country if you don't mind the cold and you really enjoy seafood. Camden is just north of Rockland, Maine. This coastal town in May is having a tough go at finding someone to take free land. It's free land. A 3-acre plot of commercial land in Camden, Maine is free to anyone that wants it. The only catch is the buyer must start a profitable business within 5 years. So far, it's fielded 0 offers since it was first offered in 2010. This is a nice looking town. I haven't been there physically myself to Camden, but I've been to Rockland, and I gotta tell you, it's hard to find an ugly town in Maine. It really is. You actually have to go looking. You have to get advice from people on where the ugliest town in Maine is. You just don't wander into one. Maine's a really great state. I can't believe that nobody's taken this one. I don't know. All right, that is my list. Places you can get some free land. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you got some information out of it. These are places that, you know, it's potential. Maybe you are looking for a place and you don't have a down payment to buy a house, you know? Might be a good chance for someone to start a new life. Anyway, don't forget all the links below. Give this video a big thumbs up. Tell me if you know of any other places I missed. I'd love to hear about them in the comment section below. Subscribe if you already haven't. Everybody have a great day. Be nice to each other.